Morning, Al.
Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
It is 41 at 8:26. We are joined on Coffee Talk this morning by Amanda Davenport with the Lake Barkley Partnership for Economic Development.
You got it.
Yay! Bingo to me. Okay. Amanda, so you have this tell me a little bit about what is the Lake Barkley Partnership for Economic Development?
Sure. So we serve as kind of the Regional Economic Development Group, which a lot of people don't know exactly what that is, but basically we work with our local businesses and with our government to help businesses grow, to locate in the area, and to help expand the jobs in our communities. And so I cover Crittenden, Caldwell, and Lyon counties. So I kind of work with businesses and the governments in all three of those counties to see what we can do to help people just get more jobs in the area or help existing employers fill jobs. We also work a lot with the school districts to try and show students different career opportunities that they have here locally, or help them kind of plan for coming back here after they go get an education, if that's what they want to go do, or go travel, or go do things for a little bit, and just try and work with students to show them that there are opportunities here.
Okay. So now we have something coming up, right?
Yes.
A pretty big something.
Yes, we're very excited about it. On March 27th, we will be hosting our very first job fair. So we are going to have it here in Princeton at the Tourism Center next to City Hall. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and I will have you'll start seeing a lot of flyers around town in all three of the counties, and you'll see a lot more promotions kind of coming through so that you can remember the date. We've made a Facebook event for it, but we are working to help fill existing jobs. That's kind of the biggest thing that I'm starting to hear, and that some of our government officials are hearing is, we need help filling some of the job openings that we have. So this job fair will be focused on manufacturing, material handling, and truck driving. So I've got some different employers from those industries coming down, and we also have some representatives from Hopkinsville Community College that are coming down. So if someone wants a career in that field but doesn't have the training that they need, we can show them just different training programs that are available pretty close to the area for people to get those skills that they need.
So what do you have? So you already have the businesses set up that are going to be there, yes?
So far, yes. We have 6 businesses that are committed to come. And those are Hydro Gear here in Princeton, Par 4 Plastics up in Marion, BGB Trucking in Eddyville, DHL Supply Chain in Eddyville, and Henry & Henry Monuments in Marion. So we're still working to get more and more businesses to come. We do want to keep it a little focused on this time just so that we can be really successful our first time with the industries that we're working with. But we're working to add more employers to that between now and March.
And all of those businesses are currently hiring?
Yes. Yeah, they are all looking, and they all have open positions varying from entry-level positions to higher kind of engineering positions available in their centers. And depending on kind of what the industry it is, some positions may look a little different than others, but they are all, looking for employees to work there. And so this will be a really great opportunity for job seekers to kind of meet with employers and really kind of get to know them and understand what they are looking for and what opportunities are available.
So in the future, you said there's going to be another job fair maybe?
Yes, I would like to plan another one in the future, either one in this industry or maybe one for different industries, depending on just kind of what the need is and what we're hearing from the employers. Healthcare can be an issue in our area, so that's kind of one that comes off the top of my head that maybe we need, or maybe we need to do one for students so that students can kind of see what is available to them here. So we're really focusing on this one. I want to make this one really successful, and then think about if we want to have another one in the fall, or kind of what we need to do afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and you said healthcare, and that was my first thought as well.
Right.
That there's always a need for jobs in healthcare, huh? How did you go about deciding which
Right.
Which
industries So basically, just kind of looking at what the bigger employers are kind of in the area, the ones that have the more kind of job openings right now, and then looking at just some of our just kind of industry codes and trying to find jobs that align with multiple industries and skills that you could go work for some different companies. And so we kind of picked this one to start with and just to see what we could do with them. And we wanted to keep it to kind of specified in the industry. You know, maybe in the future we need to have one that's more focused on retail or small business, but we just wanted to pick kind of a more narrow direction to go in. So this is where we decided to start.
With these employers that are coming to this job fair, you said they have a variety of skill levels they're looking for.
Right.
What do they have opportunities? Are they going to provide opportunities for growth?
A lot of them do have different opportunities to kind of move up with the company or to provide different training levels in the company or leadership or mentoring kind of things within there. So there are a lot of opportunities, even if it's starting with an entry-level position, to kind of move up and grow with that organization. So it kind of depends on just where you're at in your career and kind of what you're looking for to see kind of where you can fit and which company you can fit with. So I think this will be a really great opportunity also to meet with some different company representatives if maybe people don't know as much about the opportunities that are in the area, or if they just live in one community, it's a great way for them to go meet with people from other communities. And that's really, we're trying to promote regionalism in our area because I believe you and I both live and work in different communities. So, you know, we both know what it's like to drive into work, and I just want to make sure that other people know that there are opportunities pretty close that within a 30-minute drive you can do a lot of different things.
Absolutely. And, you know, it is a choice, you know, for us to make that drive because, you know, the opportunity was there for that. But there are also opportunities local, and I think that's, you know, for the field that I'm in, there wasn't.
Right.
And probably for yours.
Right.
But for someone who maybe hasn't found the direction or, you know, maybe just interested in starting a new direction.
Right. Yeah, they might not know just kind of what opportunities there are. And that's also why we wanted to bring in Hopkinsville Community College just so that they can talk about training opportunities. If someone's really interested in getting their CDL license and becoming a truck driver but just don't know where to start or, you know, just haven't had the time to meet anyone and understand how that program works, we wanted to bring in someone that can help with that and kind of help someone find their career path if they don't know exactly what they want to do. So this is really, I hear a lot, and our elected officials have heard that we need jobs, and this is kind of a way to show the community that we have a lot of really great job openings and to try and just get the word out and communicate a lot more with people and open up kind of that dialogue so we know what our businesses need and we know what our people need.
Absolutely. And are you also working with the Technology Center in Princeton?
Yes, we work with the Technology Center and we work with the school district, and we also have a great relationship with Madisonville Community College. So there's a lot of different moving pieces kind of going on, and we're trying to do a little bit of everything to help get people just kind of what they need so that they can have a great job and have a great lifestyle from that. So, yeah.
What are you doing with it? What are you doing for this particular event with the Area Technology Center? Anything?
Not really yet. I think that there are opportunities and ways that we could work with them if we needed to have some kind of local training class. Like if we realize that we really need someone, we need something here local to provide a certain class. The Career Center does have opportunities and different options to be really flexible and to provide some classes, but we don't know exactly what those are yet, so we haven't kind of worked on those yet.
All right, but you've been in the talking stages with.
Yeah.
What kinds of ideas have you come up with for you know, working with them and you know, future?
Sure. So we would really like to connect kind of our business and education together, and we're working to do that. But also we want to make some different apprenticeship classes or kind of leadership classes so that there is a mentorship to people who are wanting to get into a career field. And we really kind of want to make some connections too with someone who's interested in going into electrician or mechanic or plumbing, and just kind of help them make sure that they have the resources that a small business would need to grow in the area. So that's kind of in our pipeline to work on that and to get that going as well.
What all do you know what all classes they offer out there?
Oh, okay. Quiz time off the top of my head. I believe they do food safety preparation, some healthcare, welding, auto mechanics, plumbing, electrician. I know there's more. I know I'm forgetting some, but those are the ones off the top of my head that I can think of. But it's a really great program, and the facility is beautiful out there, and the renovations are really, really nice. And I think that is going to be a pride for our area for a long time. And even though they are in Princeton, they serve 5 different school districts. So right. I love seeing that piece of regionalism too, because I think that's something we can really just pull all of our resources together and really improve this area and kind of grow our communities over time.
Right. Yeah. I figured you would be. I figured your ears would be perked up over there because yeah. I'm like, that's right around what Amanda needs.
Yes. Oh, it's great. And I love that we have that here. And I think that's something we can really build on. And, I'm just kind of here to help and to facilitate what we can do to grow our communities. That's at the end of the day, that's what we want to make sure, that we have great jobs for our citizens so that they can stay here in the community that they love and they can have a family and really kind of have a great life so that they can participate. And if they want to do stuff with their kids, or if they want to get involved in civic engagement or just different things, like that's kind of at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do.
What kind of feedback have you received so far? So
far, it's been pretty positive, but we're kind of in the early stages of planning. So I think this is something, to help that we can start out and see, and I think that it's going to be successful. And I'm sure that there are ways that we can improve it next time and ways that we can learn and make it a better thing. But I really just thought that this would be a great way to start and to show our community we're listening to them and we're trying to help, and to show our businesses that we're trying to help them fill existing job openings. So we're going to see how it goes, and I'm really excited about it.
Because this is the first event you've had since you've started.
This is the first kind of big event. We had our community regional meetings in all 3 of the counties to try and get feedback about what people see are the strengths and the weaknesses. And so this is kind of our first big thing after that, yes.
So when you talked in the meetings about the strengths and weaknesses, what came up?
Well, a lot of the things are that people really like, the safe, close-knit communities that we have here, and they really like just the hardworking nature that a lot of people have, and they like being able to know their neighbors and see them around town. But one of the things we see is something to just be concerned about in the future is just the declining population, and making sure that people know that there are opportunities to live here, and that this is a place that we want our kids to stay and start their career and start small businesses and be an entrepreneur and grow that into something much larger. Or for our kids that want to go out and get an education and come back, we want to make sure that they feel like they have some place to come back to and that they can really make a home here and raise their families. So those are kind of some of the big talking points that we heard from all 3 counties.
What were some of the negatives, some of the downsides?
that was kind of one, fear of kind of losing kids or just kind of declining population. So yeah, that's one where we're wanting to work on. But we have a lot of really great opportunities here, and I think that there's a lot of positives for job growth between our existing industries, and there's a lot of positives for business attraction between our highways that come through the 3 counties. We have 2 regional airports. We have a riverport. We have 5 different industrial parks that have utilities kind of ready. We're in a prime state to grow, and we're really kind of working on figuring out where our strength is going to be and how we can really be successful as a regional organization, and helping our jobs grow through existing industries, but also helping our existing industries find some of their customers or some of their suppliers and trying to get them to locate here in the future. But that's big projects that we have, and right now we're just kind of starting with the job fair and want to start small and start local.
Yeah, that does sound like a big project to be able to convince the suppliers, hey, instead of us shipping it off, why don't you just come to us and stay here?
That's, I think we'll work to see if there's some suppliers that would work for all industries or that would work for a couple of industries that make it make a little more sense for them to be here. But the way that we are located kind of in the United States, from our area, you can get pretty much anywhere within a 2-day drive. So that's really beneficial to us. And then once again, both of the regional airports in Crittenden County and here in Princeton are going through runway expansion. So we're going to be able to receive a lot larger planes kind of to our regional airport. So that's going to be something that's really positive for us.
Have you talked to anyone yet, or do you have some thoughts on where you want to start with that, trying to get?
No, right now it's just trying to, starting kind of with our workforce is a big thing. That's what we really need to show people that there are kind of opportunities here and make sure that we can provide training for them here locally, because that's the biggest thing that people look for, is making sure that you have people that can fill the jobs.
Sure. You're just thinking ahead. You're
just thinking
saying,
ahead. Yeah, these are
someday in the future. This is where I'd like to go.
Yes, big ideas, lofty goals that we have, so that we can kind of look to the future and know where we want to go in the next couple of years. But really, it's kind of day one foundational work is starting with our workforce development and making sure that we can fill our existing job openings here.
Absolutely. And it's funny. You reminded me of a story. I interviewed Brian and Jenna Wayner. Mm-hmm. Have you met them?
I have not met them, but I know who they are.
Okay, yeah. Morgan's Funeral Home. And the way they got here, of course, they've purchased Morgan's Funeral Home, and Rick Morgan is working with them to get things settled. They've been here for 3 years now.
Right.
But the way they got here, Jenna's parents knew Rick Morgan, and they kind of wanted to bring the kids back home.
Right.
And so they were like, you guys want to buy a funeral home?
Right. But, that's a great example of just, people wanting to come here and buy a business and watch it grow and be really successful. And, I love hearing those stories of people who say, you know what, I chose to come here and I chose to come back here. And I think that that's awesome. I think that's a great story that we hear, and we want a lot of success stories like that.
Yes. And they, not only that, but when they came back, they were expecting. So,
right.
They're going to raise their children here.
Right.
So,
this is going to be the home for their kids. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought it was a funny story,
Yeah.
I want to I would never think, to bring my kids back home, talk to them about buying a funeral home.
Right.
Would not be on my radar, but that was really cool. I was like, that's great. That's awesome.
Great.
Amanda, do you have anything else you'd like to tell us?
No, I'm really excited about this. And if you have any questions, please contact me. The best way is my email address, lakebarkleypartnership@gmail.com. And you will see a lot more advertisements digitally on the radio and in the newspapers kind of coming up as we get ready for our job fair. And that is, again, March 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we are looking to have a food truck there so that we can have lunch for people, so that we know that everyone's busy, so that way we can kind of make sure and get people fed and while they're at our job fair. So we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. I appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Amanda Davenport-Lake Barkley Economic Development Project, and we appreciate her coming to Coffee Talk this morning. We're going to talk to weather forecaster David Powell in just a minute or two about all this ugly weather we've got coming on.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
We did get a brief reprieve with a little bit of sunshine yesterday, but the rain has moved back into the forecast for the next few days. High today of 48. Flash flood watch starts at 6 o'clock this evening, continues through midnight Sunday morning. Periods of showers and thunderstorms overnight with an overnight